Hey guys, today with the topic, your girlfriend or ex says she no longer has feelings for you. This is one of those things that should have set off your alarm bells a lot sooner. At least, if you still want to salvage this. Most of the time, at this point, they're already to the point where they're looking elsewhere, putting the attention of others above yours, and any wrong move on your part could cause them to jump ship. Thoughts are racing back and forth in your head about what you can do, how you can convince them. Honestly men, you can't convince them anymore. At least not with logic and good arguments. Feelings are everything for a woman. She will always decide if she has feelings for you at this moment or not. If these feelings should miraculously come back a week after the breakup, it doesn't matter at all. It is the moment now that counts. If you are sure you can trigger tummy tingles in her again, no one cares. It doesn't interest your ex at that moment. She can't imagine it right now and doesn't even want it. Right now and lately you have been doing something or not doing something that has caused your attraction to go lower and lower. You are focused on now and the future, but she has been walking around with this empty feeling for a while. Surely she wanted to convince herself that her feelings could come back. She just didn't want to worry you all this time. The moment she comes out with it, 99% of the time it's too late to do anything about it. The ship has sailed. The best thing you can do is take it like a man and say, well, then there's no point in staying together anymore. I realize what many of you are thinking now. Especially partly really the women. Yes, that was also my gut feeling, you should have fought for her at that moment. But if you think like that, you're fooling yourselves. The feeling to fight arises from the man's need to do something. It is not his own will, but a problem-solving impulse. This impulse will also stop. Your ex or girlfriend will not be able to be convinced within the conversation that you can change in the long run in a way that guarantees she will get feelings for you again. Any attempt in this direction should have come earlier and without being asked. That's when great phrases like, "it is what it is," come up. In order to be able to trigger something in her again, you must first dispel all doubts. That you are living up to your potential and being your best possible self. And that is not a short-term goal. To keep a woman permanently with you at this moment and to do everything just for her, to try to convince her of yourself. That would take the relationship further and further away from the lightness and eye level that you actually want to have. You will then have to answer to her. At the smallest mistake, of course in her eyes and not in yours, she would be gone. This leads nowhere. No way makes sense now, except to end it directly and self-determined. Saying in a firm voice what you would want, but that you respect her and her opinion. This creates understanding and she thus knows where she stands with you. It is an adult, stoic response where she sees that you are not dependent on her and you value her for who she is and what she stands for. That you see yourselves as at least equal in terms of self-worth and have a point of view that you have clearly communicated to her. People like that are very rare to find and I can promise you right now that she won't find someone like that for years to come. You then build on this impression with no contact. No one is angry with each other for what happened. Something went wrong in your relationship, but the fact that she no longer has a tummy tingle with you does not simply dissolve your bond with each other or your shared experiences. And you have the knowledge that you both care about each other. By not destroying that through arguments, fights, or self-deprecation, she will realize more quickly what she has lost. It was not her desire to lose her feelings for you. If there was a button for it, I'm sure she would just push it. She also has a lot invested in your relationship with each other and was hoping for certain things from it. Don't let it discourage you if your ex says to you that it will never work out again. She doesn't know that any more than she knew that her feelings for you would eventually disappear. Of course, if you follow up and ask at that point, you will get her ire. Because you are only making it harder for her to deal with. She doesn't understand why this could happen. You then push her for an answer that she doesn't have herself. And logically, a person always thinks that if something is broken, you can work on it. Whether it is then still worth it or whether one has for it then at all still the strength is mostly rather the problem. If one has seen the last weeks and months everywhere red flags or even on direct address from their side nothing has changed, then inevitably comes the conclusion that all this will not change. Once the feelings are gone, you don't know if they will come back. And that's where the woman is right now. So don't ask and beg to be allowed to prove yourself. Really prove yourselves. And do it in front of you and regardless of whether she is watching or not. Everyone has choices to make and we question our choices every now and then. Very few just keep going and never look back. The decision to separate is no exception to your ex becoming your best possible self, and not actively stalking or nagging her will help you. And if you then understand the breakup to mean that you want and need someone as a partner who also has feelings for you and can communicate that in that way, then all the better. This way you will keep your respect for each other and you won't create more bad memories with each other. Less negativity, which has to be removed from your subconscious afterwards in no contact, if you want to look at it that way. It all leads to a lower hurdle to seeing you again as the man she wants to spend her life with. Take care and see you in the next video.